Slade, controversy. That is the word of the week, huh?
That's right. Slade and Byron here. We have a lot of controversy going on this week, and we're going to go ahead and start with the controversial release of possibly one of the most anticipated sequels of all time, turning into an absolute dumpster fire on PC. We are talking about Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yes, so Dragon's Dogma 2 was caught in what I would call the triple punch. They got the left jab, the right jab, and the uppercut all at once. So there was 3 different issues with this game. Number 1 is microtransactions that ended up not really mattering. That was the big thing people got angry about on social media anyways. With fast travel microtransactions, with Rift Crystal microtransactions, which you can only buy, like, I think one at a time. Like, once you buy this, like, Rift Crystal, that's it. I don't think you can buy it again. But still, like, it's been a trend with Capcom games. And
yeah, so long story short, dating back to the release of Devil May Cry 5 and other Capcom games around the time, the developers are very vocal about being forced to include microtransactions to appease their shareholders. Mm-hmm. It's not something they willingly do.
Yeah.
I know that when Devil May Cry 5 came out, the way that they added the microtransaction was that all of the red orbs you get for, like, killing enemies, doing stuff in game and whatnot, they made it to where, like, getting those was not, like, grindy at all.
Yeah.
So that you get pretty much everything you need in a playthrough or two.
Mm-hmm.
Without ever having to spend a single dollar on the microtransactions in the store. Which, to me, that was like, if you have to include microtransactions, that's the best way to do it, right?
Yeah, and
that way, only the people who are just like, I literally have no time whatsoever to play the video game at all.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, why'd they even buy the video game? Right?
Yeah, like, and another big one, we may have covered this, I don't remember if we did, Resident Evil 4 Remake had some weird single-player microtransactions to it as well. And now, of course, Dragon's Dogma 2. But people were in uproar over it on social media. That wasn't... it's not as big of a deal. It's still weird. It's still dumb. I don't think it was worth the PR hit that they took, but the other issues, though, are rough when you hear about them.
So let's talk about the differences between the PC release and the console release of this game.
Yes.
So console release for this game, for the most part, seems to run completely fine. Have no issues. I understand that the PS5 version runs a bit better than the Xbox Series X version. I don't have the exact details of that.
Yeah,
but overall, it's the RPG people were looking forward to.
Yeah.
On PC and Steam, however, is where we have lots of problems. We have numerous performance issues for some select people. The game is quite literally unplayable.
Yep.
Hardware. And also,
the hardware requirements are kind of huge. So, you need it's recommended you have a 2080 or a Radeon RX 6700. Those are some pretty beefy cards.
Yes.
To have. But yeah, performance issues. Like in one of the most helpful reviews, their character was stuck on the floor. That's not a great one. That's not a great issue to have. Of course, everybody's favorite anti-cheat, or not anti-cheat, Denuvo. It has Denuvo in it, which has caused some issues because there's only one save file in general in this game. And guess what? When you delete a save, that is considered, and I think we talked about the whole ridiculous Denuvo activations thing eons ago.
We did.
But apparently, and one of the reviews, who were testing it out, Rifter was putting together a compatibility guide, for playing the game under Linux, the Steam Deck, and the Steam Deck it's a somewhat popular machine. It sold a couple million units.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that I aspire to get eventually someday,
Yeah.
but as of right now, I don't.
But in their research, it required them to use different Proton versions. Each of these counted as an individual PC and triggered the de novo tamper protection. Now they can't play the game at all on any of the systems. Quote, for the crime of trying to help more users enjoy the game. That's fucked up.
Yeah, extremely. And it just looks really, really bad. I think I speak for almost anybody. Anything involving de novo is shit. It doesn't matter how, like, they fucking implement it one way or another. Like, it just feels like every time we hear about de novo,
it's bad.
Whatever product's involved with it just ends up being a shit show.
Yeah, it's bad. It's trash. It hurts. It's been known to, in certain instances, hurt performance of games on PC. But yeah, it's an absolute shit show. Some people in certain areas of the game are only getting are getting just a little under 60 FPS, performance tanking in large cities, all that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the game actually literally does not run for people, even with the required specs.
Yeah,
so like,
which
this game's just plagued with lots of issues, which is a real shame considering what an anticipated game this was for a lot of people.
Yeah, which is why on Steam it has received mixed reviews. Obviously, some of it is just being mad at the microtransactions. Others have, like we've mentioned, two of the top reviews on Steam right now are issues that shouldn't have been issues. You know?
Yeah, the performance issues in particular are really egregious, especially when you look at the console version of the game. It appears to be, for the most part, it's got some issues, but they're just fine, right?
Yeah.
So like, overall, this is just something that's really sad to see. And unfortunately, that's just on brand for today's AAA industry.
God, Capcom, stop putting the weird microtransactions in your single-player games. I don't know what value it's worth. I don't know how many people are buying these microtransactions. Apparently, people must be buying them because they keep doing them.
Yeah, but and one more thing, I guess, while we're talking about that.
Yeah.
Please do not harass the developers.
Yeah.
They clearly do not want to include microtransactions in their game.
Yeah.
Clearly, shareholders and company execs are, like, forcing them to do this. Otherwise, these microtransactions would be a hell of a lot more predatory than they currently are. And it's just, it sucks.
So, if, on PC, probably don't buy the game at the very least until all of these issues, the performance issues and the stupid de novo activation issues, especially if you're a Steam Deck user, don't buy this game until those issues have been fixed, and probably just wait for a sale. If you're going to. That's the moral of the story, Slade.
All right, so moving on to our next story, and probably the only
controversial story.
Yeah, that was the word I was looking for. I stuttered there. Epic Games is coming to iOS and Android.
Yeah, so currently ongoing is the Game Developers Conference, which, cool, GDC, always a fun time. Epic Games announced during their Unreal showcase that they are going to put the Epic Game Store on iOS in Europe only and Android worldwide, hopefully by the end of the year.
Yeah, so this is probably in large response to the massive Epic Apple lawsuit that took place, over the past few years and whatnot.
Yep.
They're like, okay, well, screw it. If the Apple Store won't support, we'll just put our own damn store on the devices, right?
Like, hey, more competition in like mobile gaming spaces is a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, we have our gripes with the Epic Game Store in particular, just because the revenue split between the developers aren't as good as like Steam. So
actually, Epic's is better than Steam. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I guess I'm just not up to date on the news.
Yeah, no.
The
the reason people hate the Epic Game Store is because it doesn't have all the features and the quality of the Steam storefront.
Right. So it's service issue.
It's a service issue. Yes. Yep. Maybe it'll start to improve, which would be a great thing for everybody. But yeah, Epic Game Store coming to iOS, Android. They are trying to by the end of the year. So that'd be cool.
So we'll be looking into that once that happens.
So
a more interesting story that Byron has been following pretty closely. That we actually know some people involved. Team 0% has completed Super Mario Maker.
Yes.
But there's a bit of a caveat and some controversy that happens.
Yes. So, for those who don't know, it's been ongoing since February of last year. There was a group created called Team 0%. Their objective was to make sure every level in Mario Maker 1 and Mario Maker 2 had at least one clear on it, hence the name Team 0%. They were getting down to the nitty-gritty. They had one level left, a level called Trimming the Herbs, created by Ahoyo. Almost sounds like a mobile game name.
Yeah.
They were a Canadian creator. So the first bit of controversy with the level, yes, there's more than one controversy with the level. On the 21st, there was a hacked clear for the level. Come on. Apparently, it was someone from Portugal named Daniel that had cleared it on a modified Wii U. And, Team 0% announced on their Twitter X that, in case you noticed a clear on Trimming the Herbs, the clear has been 100% confirmed by the mod team to be hacked. People will keep trying to give it a legitimate clear. So, kind of sucks. Took the wins out of the sail a little bit, but people were still going to play the level. People were grinding the level. I saw, I think it was like popular like YouTuber and streamer Little Curbs had like 40-something hours on the level, which...
Oh, yeah. People and their dedication is just absolutely unreal. We'll probably continue to see that until Mario Maker take it down or the level's beaten, whichever comes first.
Yeah, like, I couldn't imagine spending 40 hours on one level. I've never spent 40 hours on a single-player game in my life.
I mean, as somebody who's played Impossible mode and spent 8 streams straight trying to beat Grodus plus Bowser and Gammy, I've been there. I get the grind set. It's like one of those things where you like fully dedicate yourself to like the result because they're grinders out there, right?
Yeah,
like, we're all fucking out here to get this dub.
God, I was there for those streams. You were in pain at times, brother.
Yeah, but to say skill like that does not happen overnight. So massive respect to Team 0% and everybody involved.
But
it's unfortunate that we don't have a true 100%, or I guess 0% of Super Mario Maker 1 yet. But I mean, we still very well could.
But here's where the other plot twist comes in. So, Mr. Ahoyo, who is now I keep thinking of MiHoYo whenever I say this person's username. But they put out a giant statement. Well, a picture of their Discord where they made a statement. Which is, and let me get this all up here. So their statement was TTH Trimming the Herbs was made to be unreasonably difficult and to cause a ruckus. They put effort into promoting it in 2017 so it could be played, dissected, and scrutinized. Once that happens, they would announce that tasks existed for Super Mario Maker. Yes, and now he goes on to explain that it is a hardware task. But yes, that a task for Mario Maker existed. First off, what the fuck? A task for Mario Maker. Never thought I'd see that happen. A. But B, apparently their other level, Bombs 5, which actually did get a legitimate clear, by the way, was also a task level. So, yeah. And apparently Ahoyo suffered tendon issues in his thumb after Bombs 5 took a break. He was messaged about a task, which was why he created TTH. And then he left the streaming space and apparently had lost his money to crypto and all that. But yeah.
God.
Yeah, dear God, first off on that. You poor soul buying into the crypto. But yeah. Trimming the herbs. Illegitimate. So, on the Team 0% social media, they announced yesterday, at the time we were recording this, that officially Super Mario Maker 1 is completed. The last dance was the final level, beaten by Yamada_SMM2, which was the second to last level, beaten before, while everyone was trying to beat Trimming the Herbs before all this came out. So, yeah, that is, at least for Mario Maker 1, because this is a group that's dedicated to clearing every level in Mario Maker 1 and 2. So this is the end of their Mario Maker 1 journey. As a bit of a downer as it is, you don't really get the big, like, on stream or on video someone go, yeah, I fucking did it, I did it, woo, or anything like that. It's just like, we had already beaten this game like a couple days ago. Not to take away the accomplishment, obviously, from Yamada. Incredible job on that, because some of these last levels were hard for a reason. There's a reason.
Hard is putting it lightly. This is some of the most insane, like, high-level gamer content for any video game ever, pretty much on the planet, guys. Like, you have to understand, these levels are certifiably insane.
Yeah, goddamn. But yeah, that's the story of Team 0%. People were speculating. The Riley C on YouTube was like the big person who put out a video speculating that Trimming the Herbs may be like a fake level or whatever. But yeah, kind of a weird ending to this entire saga. At least for Mario Maker 1. Hopefully Mario Maker 2's 0% run doesn't end like that. and obviously, as the Twitter account says, don't harass anyone over the situation. Just don't, please.
Just move on, people.
Yeah.
Just move on.
So congrats to everybody involved, though. Congrats to everybody. You have beaten Mario Maker 1. Now go beat Mario Maker 2.
We'll probably hear about that in a decade from now. All right. So, in our last controversial story for the week, and there will be no congratulations to anybody except the fuckhead execs in charge.
Yep.
Kotaku had released a new editorial edict to its staff, forcing some resignations.
Yep. The editor-in-chief resigned over had resigned over this new editorial edict. Jen Glennon, who took over as editor-in-chief of Kotaku in October, resigned Thursday. In a resignation letter seen by Aftermath, Glennon says that she made this choice due to the management team's recent decision to deprioritize news in favor of guides. Huh. Yes, Kotaku. Yes, known for their game guides, brother.
Yeah, pretty wild stuff. So, former news titan, which has fallen from grace over the past few years, and the free fall is still happening.
God, shout outs to that one article, literally promoting emulation.
Yeah.
God,
the fall from grace continues.
Yeah.
They have released an edict that their staff must release 50 guides every single week.
Bro, that's fucked up.
Yeah, so we don't know if this like pertains to full video game guides for like full playthroughs or certain mini games or like how to find certain item and whatnot. But long story short, they basically have burned down what the platform originally stood for, which was news, right?
Yeah, and even a former staff member of Kotaku, Mr. Ken Shepard, put out a series of statements on Twitter, stating that Kotaku has millions of readers each month, and news was easily the traffic driver at the site, which, when you think about it, makes sense for Kotaku. You don't hear about game guides from Kotaku. No, you know them for their news and obviously promoting piracy of Nintendo games, which is why they were blacklisted by them. Right?
Yeah. So overall, this is pretty sad news overall. Obviously, this is just another step down for Kotaku.
God,
We hope that the staff manages to, be able to keep their sanity and their jobs, as well as the platform still is profitable enough for them to make their livings. But we're not optimistic for that future
God.
because, again, that their reviews as well as their news articles were the main reason why anybody clicked onto the website to begin with. And I imagine after a massive decline in traffic happens,
yeah, they'll go
we'll
back.
see them immediately backpedal on this decision.
Yeah, they'll go back. They'll go back.
Yeah, it's just some clown in charge just has to act like he knows better than literally everybody else.
Oh, so
until their ego is just proven wrong.
So Glennon also announced her resignation on Twitter, writing, "I've resigned from Kotaku, and Jim Spanfeller is an herb."
What a funny insult.
God. And maybe that's the herb that was being trimmed. I'm sorry.
An herb, that's insane.
What
an insult.
But yeah, and apparently Kotaku had on their homepage features now a prominent game tips and guides module at the top of the page in a space that was previously reserved for major stories and breaking news. Staff members have criticized the homepage redesign on social media, noting Kotaku's major traffic source was not guides. What a 50 guides a week, though. Like, I don't know how many staff are at Kotaku, so maybe it's like one guide per staff, but that's still insane, though. 50 a week? Bro.
Yeah.
I don't even know of YouTubers, like those, like, just gameplay-only YouTubers who pump out that much a week. Like, fuck. Like, god damn. 50 a week? That your employees are gonna leave left, right, and center, bro. Oh, lordy. Good old Gommers group. But that's your controversial Newsweek. Can we not have a controversial week next week, Slade, please?
Yeah, I just feel like that's part of like the industry as a whole, because either you have controversy or you have really shitty layoffs. Like, honestly, like, this is starting to get pretty depressing.
Yeah. Look, Switch 2 is coming. That's gonna be the good stuff. That's gonna be the good stuff.
Yeah, maybe. We'll look forward to that when the time comes. But everybody, that's gonna be it for this episode. Please like and subscribe to the channel, ring the bell if you enjoy our news content. But this has been Slade.
And this has been Byron. I'm gonna go have a drink. We'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.